I am absolutely losing composure over and over because I can't stand it. A new night, as you know, Tuesdays, and Tuesdays have been phenomenal. We're going to cut the boys off. That, of course, is St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn, www.saintricketts.com. Tonight we're doubleheading a Jewel. We're playing with Fire Cannot Burn to open the show and the Catalyst to close the show because St. Ricketts is our band. We love those guys. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. My man, Juice, already here, dude. The show didn't even start yet, and you're here. I love you.
Juice.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday night, 8:03. It's time for another 100% live episode of The Yo Show.
Yo.
I am Jeff the Shark Parini. I am like more stoked than ever stoked. I'm like pumped, super pumped, can't stand it. With me as always, the co-hostess with the mostest, the sister from another mister, and a little California dreaming this week on vacation, well deserved. But even during vacation, she's still here. The one, the only, the beautiful Miss Jewel Tatey. Jewel, great evening. I'm not even going to say good. It's a great evening.
Yeah, great evening.
It is because I see, I'm doing great, man. I see your pictures of Cali. I see you out there. You're like relaxed and everything is great in the world. Brian Snowman in the morning. What is up, dude? Jewel, give us a little scoop real quick. How's Cali and the vacation? Talk about it.
I love it. I mean, I've been in Newport Beach like this whole time. Going to LA tomorrow, but yeah, it's been great, different. I've never been here, so it's a different world, man. Very relaxing though. I've got to relax a whole bunch.
Absolutely awesome. We appreciate you jumping in. Your usual setup is not with you, so it's a little darker than normal, but
yeah, sorry.
we can still totally see you, and your face is why your face is why people tune in. So at the moment, who's the biggest superstar you've seen so far in California?
I have to say someone from Ted.
Someone from Ted, of course, ladies and gentlemen. We won't give out too many names, but it is the amazing Jessica Barth, who's been on our show before, and is part of Jewel's family. So Jessica is outstanding. Hello to her if she tunes in later. Jessica is amazing. She was with us on the show before. She lives out in California. Jewel's out there visiting, and that's great. And we just thank you so much for being on. Jewel, an electric show. Before we get anywhere at all, we did Cali, which I want to do first. I wanted to ask you how your vacation was. Second of all, my weekend was absurd. But before I do anything else, I want to give a massive thank you and shout out to a couple of people. My good friend and a good friend of the show, Mr. Philly Frank, and the team at Xfinity Live. Huge thanks to Philly Frank, Jason Roy, of Jason Roy Entertainment, who is the entertainment director at Xfinity Live, and the GM, Tony, for an outstanding Saturday night UFC fight. The crowd, Jewel, asses to elbows, electric, loud, booming, screaming. The appetizers, phenomenal. The beers, terrific. The service, amazing. We sat in a booth, one of the big wraparound booths right in the NBC Sports Lounge, and it was terrific. And Frank said, do me a favor, say thank you to the guys that start the show, and why not? Terrific.
That's exciting. I mean, you showed me the crowd. It was pretty crazy here for the fight as well. But yeah, it was a crazy night indeed. I'm glad you got to go there and experience that. Thank
you. I'm happy as well. I appreciate Frank going through the effort and landing us the booth. It was the six of us and such a great time. And I tell you what, Joel, as you know from knowing me, I'm not a huge UFC guy. I might be now because the electricity and the screaming and the yelling and the crowd. Wow, man. Outstanding.
You get into it, especially when McGregor's fighting. It's always a big deal.
Yeah, Conor McGregor, we will talk about the results later. Very tough night for Conor. But former Dallas Cowboy turned UFC fighter Greg Hardy got dropped on his ass. And you can't ask for anything more.
No?
No. Hate that fella. If you're out there, you hear me, Greg. Evan Horn and the House RDR, the two-man show, killing it. Thank you, dude. I know tonight's a low sports night. I know the baseball all-star game is on, but not much else. So we're hoping to get some of that crowd. My man's here early on. Thank you as always, dude. You are one of the best. You're my main man. You've been on the program. And get ready soon, dude, because football preview shows are coming on. And we're going to need you for that because we love your knowledge of the betting end, the fantasy end, the player end. We love it.
Uh-oh. I saw that puppy, too. We missed the puppy. She went home today, but my cousin has this English bulldog, and she's so cute.
Aw. My puppy was down here, and it's almost like as soon as he hears St. Ricketts, he runs the other way. He's got bad taste in music, what can I tell you?
I know. He's scared. You scared him.
Let's give a big, actually huge, thanks to last week's guest, and a huge thanks to Jewel for scoring this great guest. Music legend, if you will, from the Romantics with the songs What I Like About You and Talking in Your Sleep and the whole 9 yards. Mike Skill from the Romantics. Mike was terrific.
Oh, is that all you got? Yeah.
I know it's hard to tell.
Right.
It's hard to tell when I stop. The gambling angle is the only angle. My man, I love me some gambling, love some fantasy. But Mike Skill was amazing. A lot of stories of rock, a lot of stories of back in the day, and his new stuff, great new songs, and a terrific guest. You know me and Joel, we love music. We love musical icons. We love modern music. We love local music. So that was amazing for us.
I know, and I just wanted to hear his stories, and it was great because he had all of these stories with so much history, and my dad was right there chiming in with all the answers.
Hey, your dad did great with some great answers and some great chime-ins on, some of the history of music, which is awesome. I love people that have that musical nostalgia. And next time I see your dad, your dad, and maybe bring the wife, whatever, we go out and grab a pizza and just talk about, like, the history of music. So I love me some
He's a big rock history buff.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Very nice.
That is very cool. Tonight we have an amazing guest, Jewel. As always, the magic of social media. There's a lot of bad in social media, but there's a lot of great. And the great is when you follow people who follow other people, etc., you get to find great people. And I saw this young lady, and I love her comedy, and I love her Facebook page and her memes and her posts. Very funny, very lovely, and she is our special guest tonight. Another California one as well. The lovely comedian Cocky Rocky. Yeah. All right. Great picture as well. She is lovely. I love the pink hair, Jewel. I love her wit and her direct approach. We've shared some conversations. And yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be awesome. Like, she should be awesome.
I'm so excited. I love when comedians come on, and she seems like a great time. And she's on my timeline. It's so weird that, like, the sun's out and we're doing the show, but hey, it's gonna have a.
I can imagine. I know, like, about when you first got out there, and you're like, oh god, that's right, I got to get on at 5:00 my time, which has got to be weird, man. It's got to be hard to remember, but it's pretty wild.
It is. Like, I wouldn't forget, but it's just like, whoa, this is early.
I tell you what, man, I want to move out there, or at least visit out there. Your setup looks 110% chill. Looks like you're just like...
Hey, I just got off the beach, man. I'm just rolling with the tide,
Looks like you got a little doob in you. You got a little doob in you? Looks like you've been smoking up a little bit and just chilling.
No, what it is, like, I feel like I'm jet lagged, and I know, like, I've been trying to catch up on my sleep and stuff, but, like, I don't know, I still feel kind of tired. So if I'm a little low energy, just bear with me. But
that's all right. The beauty of this show is if you're low energy, I get the feeling there's some schmuck that's always high energy. Now, I don't want to mention his name, but I think, I'm a little drunk tonight already. Got a lot of beer on me, but I'm like overly excited and a little nervous for some Cocky Rocky because I think she's a I love her. So let's do top 5.
Nope.
Wow, there you go. Yeah, you're like right at, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful Jewel. Look at that. That's better. Look at you.
Adjust. I'm sorry.
You're like in 3D. You're like coming at us.
That's not good. I don't want to be 3D.
Stop it. You're the second prettiest person on this show. Besides me.
Jeez. Thanks.
I love it. All right, let's do top 5 as soon as Jeff can find where the top 5 thing is. There it is. Jewel, in honor of Cocky Rocky, as we like to do, we like to make the top 5 kind of related to our guest when we can. And tonight is top 5 favorite stand-up comics. And I got news for you, Jewel. This was impossible.
It's really hard. It was really hard to do.
There's so many. God, there's so many and so many good ones. So while Jewel adjusts and you check out the entire house and her shirt and her pants and her shoes, I will start out with
shoes.
Yeah, but you're like, it's like all over the board. So
Sorry.
No, I love it. I love you. I love it. So let's hit the top 5 list. Top 5 favorite stand-up comics. At number 5, I got a tie. I actually should have like a 30-man tie at top 5, but there's only 2. And number 1, one of the guys that I've loved for many years, the one and only Jake Johansson. I find Jake to be hysterical in that quirky, nerdy kind of delivery, but his stuff is always funny. I love me some Jake Johansson. Tied at number 5, and this guy was at 5 also because he had such big success with TV shows, etc. But I love his stand-up as well. Probably the first stand-up comedian I ever saw live in concert was one and only Mr. Jerry Seinfeld. I love me some
Does he
Seinfeld.
actually do stand-up?
Yes, he does, and it's really good. He did one about a year ago, and he's really good. His stand-up is excellent. I love Jerry Seinfeld. I love his TV shows, the Funko Pops. I had the Seinfeld shirt tonight, Jewel, but I'd rather wear Loso.
Oh my God.
Number 4, a guy I watched the other night, and I've been watching him a lot more regularly. The other night, my friends from Staten Island came down, and we had some drinks, and we relaxed on the couch Friday night, and we watched Mr. Bill Burr. And dude, Bill Burr is hilarious. Ryan Risley already attacking this week and called my list hogwash. Hang in there, dude. We got plenty to go. Bill Burr at number 4. Number 3, Brian Regan. And man, if you can't laugh at Brian Regan, that just means you don't like him as a comedian. But I think he's outstanding. Brian is hilarious. He's coming to town, Jewel, like the next couple days, and he has like 5 shows and they're all sold out. And I mean sold out like you can't even get them on StubHub. You will not see Brian Regan.
I've never seen his stuff.
Hilarious. That's right. Google it when you're done. Well, when you're done here, it's not going to be like 7 o'clock. So you have a life to live. But after that, after all your Cali fun, Google Brian Regan or YouTube him and watch his stand-up. Hilarious. Number 2, the legend. One of the most funniest men ever. And this guy just breaks my sides. Dave Chappelle. Of course, Dave Chappelle. My man, Nachus, loves Bill Burr. Nachus, he is hysterical. Ryan Risley says Seinfeld sucks. I get it. I think his stand-up's very good. Number 2, Dave Chappelle. Number 1, Jewel. It was so hard, but I had to get the legend. And there's great guys out there like the Don Rickles of the world and all that, and that's wonderful. But nobody, in my opinion, nobody beats the stand-up comedy of the late, great Mr. Rodney Dangerfield at number 1. And I almost got mad at myself because there's no George Carlin, but I didn't know where to fit him.
I know, there's so many.
Tiffany Mosher in the house. Yo, Jeff and Jewel, good evening. In 2 weeks, the Tiffany Mosher birthday experience happens here. We're working, girl. We're working. Mm-hmm. And all right, so Ryan agrees that Dave Chappelle rocks. Thank you. Okay. Now, Chu says, hey, Tiffany, as well. So with that, let's see if Jewel's got it. I know she's on vacation, but let's see if she's rusty or not. Let's have her top 5 favorite stand-up comics. Jewel, go.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I will. Dave was on my list, so I'll knock him off my list just because we heard his name. Number 5, Hal Sparks.
Yeah, all right.
Comedy Club, and he's just hilarious. And we had him on our show, and he's just been one of my favorites since like forever.
He's so funny. I love him.
Yeah. Number 4. Another one. My birthday special. Thank you so much. But holy crap, I just think every time he talks, he's hilarious. But Jamie Kennedy.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. That was very funny at the Xfinity Live thing. My sister-in-law Brianna was there, and for some reason we started talking about Jamie Kennedy, and Cassie's like, "You do realize Jamie Kennedy was on Jeff's show?" And she's like, "What?" And again, for Jewel's birthday, I delivered Jamie Kennedy, and she said what you said. She's like, "I am madly in love with him. I think he's hilarious. I cannot believe it." So I'm pretty sure she went and viewed but a big Jamie Kennedy fan as well. I'm telling you, man,
Oh
the
my
ladies love Jamie Kennedy.
Oh,
Ow! Get some. Well, he's
I
getting
know.
He's getting Alyssa Mai. She's gorgeous. I don't know if anyway.
Jesus. Yeah, hilarious. And yeah, everyone loves him. Hailing from Upper Darby. Number 3. I just die laughing every time I see his stand up. It has to be Jamie Foxx. I mean,
All right, yeah.
he does such a great job in movies, but his stand up is hilarious. All of his bits in Africa and everything like that. So it definitely has to be him. Number 2. I finally saw him 2 years ago, and it was a dream. He's still as funny as ever, but Mr. Dane Cook.
Dane Cook is
He's
the
so
ladies love Dane Cook.
They do, and you either really love him or hate him for some reason. I don't know why, but I think he's funny. I quote his jokes all the time.
He should change his name to Dave Cock because Dane Cock because the ladies love that cock.
Okay.
Damn.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he's robbing the cradle though. It's kind of creepy. I don't know. He's like way
famous.
older than his girlfriend.
You got another hogwash. That's our new shoot down, hogwash.
All right, Ryan, you're just the expert, right? Okay. Number 1. I tried to see this guy so many times, but I swear I would just split my sides. Craig Ferguson. I used to love his late night. He had the best late night, and he quit that, and he did some other shows, but oh my god, his stand-up is hilarious, and he's great.
I got to tell you, that is an underrated one. That is kind of a, what's called dark horse, but terrific. My mother, God rest her soul, saw him down in Atlantic City, and she said, he is exactly in person like he is on the show. He is so damn funny. He's funny.
Yeah, he looks at the audience, and they just crack up. That's the comedian.
This was so hard because there was the likes of Kevin Hart and Chris Rock and Eddie Murphy and God.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor. Oh my, George Carlin, like I said.
Yeah.
So Ryan's a good redemption from Cook. So Ryan is a Craig Ferguson fan. I love me some Craig Ferguson. I think he's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not? But
man, great list. Great list by both of us. Like I said, there's so many, and we didn't mention Cocky Rocky, but it's not because I don't love you, Cocky. We just you're gonna give us some funny bits for the audience tonight. My list. Let's hit the top 5 list again. Top 5 favorite stand-up comics. USB device was not recognized. That could be a problem. Okay. Number 5. Tied Jake Johansson and Jerry Seinfeld. Number 4, Bill Burr. Number 3, Brian Regan. Number 2, the legendary Dave Chappelle. And number 1, the late great Mr. Rodney Dangerfield. Jewel did not disappoint with her list. And number 5, a former guest of the O Show, and he was amazing on our show. And Jewel saw him live, the incredible Mr. Hal Sparks. Number 4, Jamie Kennedy. Also, we can also say a former Yo Show guest. Number 3, Jamie Foxx. Yeah, Jewel went deep with some dark horses. Jamie Foxx, terrific. Number 2, Dane Cook, because the ladies love Dane Cook. And number 1, Craig Ferguson. Jewel, I got to tell you, you dug down deep. And you came out with some winners. Eddie Murphy back in the day was awesome. And, Ryan, like I said, this week I could have done a top 15, and I still would have been disappointed in my picks.
Yeah, my dad said Sinbad. That's a good one, too. They all went and saw him.
Jewel, your microphone has cut out.
It cut out?
We have lost your sound.
Why? I'm not doing anything.
We have still lost your sound.
Oh, my God.
Jewel's having, computer nightmares the last few weeks. We lost her last week early on. Not early on, but before the end. And this week we have lost her sound. How we doing? We good?
Can you hear me?
This is a disaster.
No.
Okay. Quentin Lesh is going to see Dave Attell. See, Dave Attell is another good comedian.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the truth said, they both said they can hear her. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
They all hear you.
You
How come I don't hear you? Okay. We're going to take a 2-second timeout. Don't move. We'll be right back on the Yo Show. Jewel Tatey is going to tell you all about California when we come back.
Great state. It's sunnier than it looks. Oh boy. I'll be right back. I think it's USB thing, and then it's not on my end. I don't have any plugins. You can hear me. Give him a minute.
Right. Nothing like the beauty of low-end technology. Do I have Jewel now?
You good? Can you hear me?
Okay, she's talking. I still don't have her. I don't know what happened. Tiffany says we can hear you both.
But we can't hear each other? Well, I can hear you. And he can't hear me.
Horrible. Ask Ryan if he can hear me, and he said, sadly, yes.
Well,
let's try a couple more switches. Let's keep moving it around here until something totally works. How about now? Jewel Tatey?
Can you hear me?
Oh, this blows. So, Jewel and I, I guess,
out?
are going to work the honor system on who's talking when and when not. Jewel's going to clock out and come back in. Cali Rock stayed in Manhattan Beach. I have not been to California. It is definitely, absolutely on a bucket list. I definitely want to get there. I don't know what happened to Jewel. For some reason, her sound cut out from my end. I don't know why. And you know what? I can't hear nothing either now. So I got an idea. Let's do this. All right, so the musical adjustment device has been debunked. Hang on there a second, ladies and gentlemen, while I make some adjustments. All right. Stand by for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you we'll be here shortly. All right, so I'm going to just keep moving along. Now, everybody can hear us, but I can't hear anybody. I don't really know why. Got a little problem with the sound card issue, and we're working on it. So I might just turn the speakers onto the computer here and see how that works. All right, I'm going to try that for now. Wait for Jewel to come back, and we'll test out the system, see if I can finally hear somebody. But anyway, we're here. Cocky Rocky is our special guest. She'll be here in about 5 minutes. Hopefully all the little snags and little tweaks are fixed by then. Ryan, thank you. It's clear on my end. Like, I have total control of everything going on here. I don't know why I can't hear anybody else. Let me disconnect this. Okay. So we'll test Jewel Tatey. Jewel, how we doing?
Can you hear me?
Still can't hear you. No idea why. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, hang in there. Back to the sound card and back to the speaker jack. How about now?
You hear me?
Can't hear you. This is terrible. What a terrible, terrible moment as our guest is ready to chime in. While she's backstage, you can't hear me either? This is bad.
Oh boy.
All right, so Tiffany can hear both of us. Ryan can hear both of us. I don't know why I cannot hear Jewel, and I think it's on my end. I think it's on the main board end because it has cut off any uses of speaker whatsoever. So let me try going back to the computer speaker. Let's shut that off. Shut that off. And we'll welcome our guest and see if I can hear her. Because if not, we got a disaster. But if Jewel can hear it and her and Jewel can conduct this interview, we'll see what happens. Anyway, our guest tonight is a terrific stand-up comedian and super funny human being. A lot of stand-up stuff outside the West Coast. Let's welcome our very special guest, the lovely Cocky Rocky. Cocky, welcome. Can you hear me or Jewel or anybody? Because we had a technical snag that just hit us a second ago.
Okay, I think I can have you guys now.
Okay.
Can you hear him and me?
All right, so Jewel can hear her and she can hear Jewel. So I'm just going to sit here and let Jewel conduct the interview, apparently, because I can't hear anybody.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I can't believe he can't hear us.
This
Oh,
is
boy.
fun. I'm glad I can hear you guys now. That's good.
Oh, you can hear him?
Yeah, I can hear both of you guys now.
Okay. This is going to be a tough one. Okay. He's just staring at space. All right, so I guess we should just kick this off while he gets his bearings. How have you been? How was the scene? I saw you had a show. I'm in California too, so you had a show on Friday. How did that go?
Wait, okay, I'm so sorry. I couldn't hear that last part.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have a show last Friday? I think it was in.
I did, and it went really well. It was super fun. It was in my hometown, so that I got the home court advantage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
How is the scene out here? Like, I'm just visiting, and so we're not familiar. But how is the comedy scene? Is it like competitive, or do you guys all support each other?
Oh yeah. You know. Well, there's just like a lot. It's a heavy saturation. So it's like anywhere you get a whole lot of people who are looking to do the same thing, you know, and wanting to get by, it's, you know, it's a saturated market, but loads of funny people, lots of cool people, no shortage of really interesting conversations, honestly. Like that's my favorite part about going to shows and stuff is like meeting all the comedians.
Absolutely.
Well, and the stage time, but
Yeah. So did you get your start, like, obviously there's a comedy outlet in your hometown. Do you venture to Los Angeles and do that scene too? Or have you in the past?
Yeah, so there's not really too much of a comedy scene that like where I live personally. So I live out in Hemet, which is about like an hour and 20 minutes to a half from LA. Not a whole lot going on out here. So I do a lot of commuting. I go to Riverside or to, you know, Ontario, pretty much anywhere I can find a spot, anywhere that'll have me.
Yeah, I was wondering because I was like, wow,
Yeah.
because I got into town last Thursday and I saw you were performing Friday. I'm like, oh, I wonder if I can go see her. But I'm in Newport Beach right now, and it's
Oh,
like a 2-hour
that's
drive.
way more fun. Yeah, that's way more fun than Hemet. I'm glad you didn't come.
But I was surprised, like how lively this town is, because I was a big fan of the OC, so I didn't know. Like I thought it was all like rich snooty people, but it's cool.
Yeah. I feel like that's, you know, that's pretty much everywhere in California. It's like there's a little pockets of snooty people, and then there's like lots of homeless people, you know, and then there's artists all over, and sometimes the artists are homeless people. So it's like, you know, it's all a party.
Yeah, and like so many people talk to you, like just even walking down the street. I'm like, oh, now we're echoing. Can you hear us, Jeff?
I can now hear you, and can you hear me?
Well, we're echoing pretty bad.
Echo
Okay.
Town, yeah.
I figured that, but I going through my computer speakers at the moment until I can fix that. Let me turn off. So, how about now? We a little better?
Is that good?
There's only one of you, yeah. It's perfect.
Okay. Now this is freaking embarrassing. I waited all like the last couple weeks to have you here. I'm embarrassed. So let me cut you girls off and say good
Sure.
evening and welcome to the O Show.
Hello there. How's it going?
It's going
Great to
horribly,
be
as you
here.
noticed. Yeah. This normally doesn't
Hey
I
man,
have
at
no
least
idea.
honestly, at least it wasn't just me that couldn't get the mic figured out. Like it actually made me feel welcome. Thank you so much for your hospitality.
I did it on purpose. I did it on purpose because I know we talked during the
Yeah.
week and like was it work on my phone, maybe the tablet. I'm like, you know what? Let me make her feel at home and totally screw
Yeah.
up my microphone and speakers
Yes.
beforehand. This
Thank
little
you.
device, sure, this little sound card I bought is now malfunctioning, so I can throw that in the trash. But anyway, thank you for being here. I don't know where your girls left off, but Jewel, continue, and I will catch up in the meantime.
Oh yeah, we're just talking about homeless people walking.
No, all right, well, you know.
Yeah, you know, we're just talking about the basics of California living, you
Right.
know, all the affluence intermixed, you know,
It definitely
with
is
the homeless
wild.
people.
Like I just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you're never really ready, but no, it's been eye opening, but so much fun at the same time.
That's awesome. And Jewel, when she first got out there, she said maybe I'll catch Cocky Rocky show. Apparently, she's a couple hours away, which
Yeah.
sounds like hey, no big deal. You're out there. A couple hours, still a couple hours. But hey, she's enjoying herself. So the name Cocky Rocky,
Yeah.
I love it. You know, I love it. I've told you I love it. How did it come about? Who gave it to you? Is it something you created on your own? Tell us a little something about the name.
So it's basically I've had the nickname Rocky since I was a kid. My name is Rochelle, so that means small rock in French. Fun fact, I'm very fancy. I know. I don't mean to brag. I'm just a normal person. You can treat me just the same as you would anyone else.
Not on our show. You're a superstar.
But yeah, so it means rock, and I got called Rocky a lot growing up and stuff, and I think so highly of myself, so I was like, why not? Cocky Rocky, you know?
It takes some serious guts to call yourself cocky. And I like
Yeah.
that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And I've noticed nothing but confidence and a great delivery from you, from your social media. It's all funny stuff. I love it. And the beauty of social media, I found you, I think, on somebody else's page, and I started looking at your stuff. I'm like, you know what? I've got to ask this girl to be on my show, and I love everything you do. So thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This is fun. I didn't even have to get dressed from the waist up. This is great.
Yeah.
I have nothing on in the bottom. I am in the buff. No, I'm kidding.
It's easily 102 degrees where I'm at, so like kudos, power to you. If I didn't feel like socially responsible to at least be clothed a little on the show, I wouldn't be. You know what I mean?
We had another California girl on. It was episode 99. It's Brianna Dale, and she's a model, and she does the barista thing in California.
That's fun.
And she said,
That's the dream.
yeah, right? Social influencing and modeling. I feel you. And she's like, I swear you would ask me to be on in a bikini. Like, it's hot. Like, I don't want to be dressed. And I'm like, now you
Who am I to stop you?
Right?
You know?
If you ever get a chance, go on our page, which I saw you follow, the Stoop Radio Network. Go to episode 99. The audio is bad, and I am a shit show.
Cute. I'll check it out.
A little bit. It's kind of cute. Jewel's cute. Jewel didn't think it was so cute.
Yeah.
Everything's cute to me. Just a heads up. I'm like, I hear about people and they're like starting punk bands. I'm like, oh, cute.
That's fun.
Sounds like a hoot. That'll be great.
So, what got you into comedy? Because a lot of people will tell, like a lot of people say to me, "Oh my God, you're so funny! You should do stand-up comedy." Like it's that easy. And yeah, I might be able to imitate my uncle and my aunt and my friend, and it's funny. But what got you into comedy, and how do you get the confidence to do it? It's hard.
Oh, so I'll answer the second part first because that's my favorite part. Because I started in like doing like photography and stuff like that. Like I do a lot of different art things, and one of those things is photography. And I worked for a studio, and I was doing like school portrait photos and sport photos, and then I started doing like studio and all that. And there's something about you have to make people smile. It's your job. Like, your money depends on your ability to actually make somebody smile. And you have to have proof. Like, you have to have proof of that, like, you have to actually get 3 photos of that. So it was just something that I learned how to do that way. And then I got into sales and I did telemarketing. You're welcome, you guys. I probably called a good few of you. No, and I was really good at it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was the most relaxed job in the world. That was also incredibly stressful.
I'm
You're
sure.
literally monitored the whole time. You're recorded the whole time. And you have to have, like, at the company I was at, it was like 300 dials per day. So I had to call 300 people per day,
Whoa.
but I did well at it. And then I did kiosk sales at the mall, because I'm a winner, and,
So pretty much all of that gives you
oh
comedy
yeah, I
material
eat rejection.
right
Yes. Yes, I feed on rejection. It nourishes me. So
Were you like the class clown though? Like, were you funny in school? Did all your friends think you were the funny
what
one?
was that?
Were you like the class clown in school, or?
No, I was not. I was actually, so I was almost 300 pounds in high school. I was very, very obese, and I was shy, and I was like the little art girl. I did have a lot of friends, because I was able to just, like, I was the smart like art kid, and people are like, "Oh, you're drawing something. What are you drawing? Also, can you help me with this math?" And I was like, "Yeah, because I really want some friends." So you know what I mean? So no, I actually didn't get extroverted until after I had my daughter. Like, I was an introvert. I was completely shy. I didn't really talk to too many people. And then I got into comedy. So to circle back real quick, I got into comedy because it was around my whole life. My parents were obsessed with stand-up. It was always on in the background since I was, like, I can't even remember how young I was. So I remember, watching Mitch Hedberg when I was like 7 years old, and I was like, he talks about frogs. Cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just something that's always been something I've wanted to do my whole life.
Where does the material come from? Is everybody material? Is this material right now? You're going to go on stage. I was on this show, and the idiot couldn't even hear me. Like, is that like, does material come from everywhere?
Well, yeah, it can come from, like, literally anything. It's all about your ability to retell something as a story. If you can retell something in a fun way, then people are going to want to listen to you. So
Did you ever, like,
you could be talking about
up, like, just lose it on stage?
Yes, I'm hilarious. That's why my name is Cocky Rocky. Like,
I don't know.
Oh, and I'm, like, very modest on top of that, obviously.
Oh, I can tell. Absolutely.
Yeah. Humble as the day is long. So.
The beauty is, with my speaker going bad, I had to put on my computer. Like, my computer is now making all the noise, and my wife is in the background, and she's just laughing up a storm. She said, "You are hilarious." And she is. I mean, it's great so far. One of our viewers will know when your next show is, or where you normally perform at, and where can we find you. Where's, I know you're California. Where's, like, some of the usual places that you like to play, and where do you perform?
So I actually, because of COVID and all that, I don't have a regular spot at this moment in time. I'm looking for one. If you want to book me, slide in my DMs. But so, like, I am booked. And my next booking is the 22nd at Jacked Up Brewery in San Diego. So I'll have the flyer out on my social media. If anybody books me for anything between that point and now, I'll put it all out. Everything goes up through my Instagram. So
excellent. We have it scrolling down the bottom, the Instagram and the Facebook page where to find you. Speaking of brewery, do you ever come out to the East Coast? Me and a couple of partners are opening a brewery. Hopefully by the end of the year. And we would love to have you come do stand-up at our stage. Absolutely.
Would be wonderful. That would be so cool. I would love that. If I can hitchhike out there to, like, 1979 style, I'll get there.
My wife just said we should fly you out. Now that women on women and women support.
Who am I to deny?
Agree. And I got to talk to the partners and maybe some sponsors we're working on and fly you out because we would love it. I think you're hilarious already. I know we've only been a few minutes. I think out of the 12 minutes, I think I heard you for 7 minutes. And so far, I like what I
Well, that's good. At least those 7 minutes I was on, you know.
the other 5, whatever you talk about the other 5, I know the two of you sat there and said, this guy's a jackass. He came and hear us. Thanks for having me on.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nothing but shit
roughly we
talking.
spent the whole time talking shit about you, just the entire time. Yes. You caught us. Yeah.
Right.
I tell you what, if you come to PA and perform at our brewery, you need a place to stay, you can stay here because my wife is falling over laughing at everything you're saying. It's
Oh,
excellent.
golly. I would love that. That's fantastic.
She's
I
like,
didn't
"That's
know I was
cute."
going to get a vacay offer today. This is great.
Well, what the hell?
Jeff
I
invites
mean,
every guest back to his basement for some reason.
No, I did not say basement. I got a spare
Okay.
bedroom. There's no basement. Basement days are over. I did that once. I'm never saying that again.
Hey, man.
So you said, your confidence came after you had your daughter, which is funny because, I was always shy in school. And after I had my daughter, I was just like, I don't care. I don't care about
Yeah.
dancing in public or acting like
Yes.
a fool. Like, do
Yeah.
you ever get nervous still? Or is it just like, I don't
Well,
give a shit anymore?
honestly, like, I have nervous physiological reactions. I get sweaty sometimes, or like I get like nervous jitters a little bit, you know what I mean? But like on the whole, not really like all too much. I just like, I always tell myself that there's going to be some kind of way for me to cope with it afterwards. Like, whoop-de-doo. Like, I fuck up hardcore. Oh, well, worst case scenario, to change my name and I move somewhere else. It's pretty easy nowadays. Like, I'm not tripping too hard. I could reinvent myself like 17 times. And you know what I mean? Like,
I never thought about that.
I know, right?
yeah, I don't care. And that's the thing is like, and I think when it comes to like having my kid is like, once you've had somebody, well, like probably like between 8 and 10 people knuckles deep, you know what I mean? You don't care about things anymore like that. Like,
I know what you
I'm
mean.
not shy. I'm not shy anymore. Shit. Like, once you've been used as a Muppet, you're fucking gold. Like,
They're up there. That's it.
I love the quick wit and the improv. I'm pretty sure we're going to have you on for the whole 2 hours, maybe, because I'm laughing thoroughly already. And I got to admit, like, you invite comedians. I think you're our 3rd comedian, and you invite them on. You're like, wow, I wonder if they're going to be quick and take us and get us and be funny. You're dominating. You're probably the best one so far.
well, shucks. Thank you.
Yeah, well, so honestly, and you can be honest because I don't know who's watching, who's not watching, and who will eventually watch. But are you ever in a lineup like a comedy show and you're backstage and you're listening to somebody and you're like, wow, this is not funny at all. This just sucks.
Oh, yeah, duh. Like, I've been around comedians, yeah. Sorry.
I mean, are
Nobody,
you ever,
like, everybody knows. If you're a comedian, you know. That's not my fault. And I'm sure that we've all had those moments, man. Like, that's why I'm not, like, yeah, like, sometimes your shit just doesn't land, and that's how that goes. And I've seen some amazing acts, so it's like, you win some and you lose some.
so I was gonna say, have you ever seen an act and you know you're up next and you're like, oh, what the fuck? I got to go up after
Yes.
this? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Did you ever ask to switch spots? I mean, that's got to be hard.
Yeah. One of the first times I ever did an open mic, I followed somebody who's just like insanely funny, and she killed it. She killed it super hard, and I went up and I was like, dick jokes, and like people laughed and stuff, but definitely not as hard. And it was definitely like, oh, she's newer. You know what I mean? Like, they know.
Well, I mean, being a girl and, what was mostly male dominated, like, how do you feel and who are some of the females in the game that you look up to?
Oh man, there are so many females in comedy, and like, yeah, it is especially like Okay, so I love Tiffany Haddish. I love Taylor Tomlinson. I love, um, yeah, there's just like, there's ways I could keep going for like a really long time on that one. And I've met a lot of really amazing local female comedians also. So that's definitely, that's something I'm really excited to see that's kind of changing, that a lot more females are getting on the books. Like when I'm on a show, there's not just like me and a sausage party, you know, which usually that sounds fine, but like, you know, but yeah, I'm definitely glad that, you know, we're seeing more females on the shows, and like mostly female shows too. That's one thing that has been really cool. Like not just like a ladies' night, you know, like I've been seeing a lot of people, Futurist Female Comedy. They've been putting out a lot of like predominantly female shows. And I think that it's just really cool seeing that, and it's definitely encouraging.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. We always do a top 5 list of our top 5 favorites. And I did a list, and there's so many that are great. And I felt bad. I look, I'm like, you know what? I have a female comedian on, and I don't have a female comedian on my list. Not for nothing. Right.
I thought that too.
Now,
Like,
Scandal.
Lucy
Just put Cocky Rocky on there, man.
Right.
Right. You were tied in number. So let's ask you real quick. I love putting people on the spot. And I'm going to give you 5, because 5 is hard. Let's give you 3. Let's give you your top 3 all-time favorite stand-up comics.
Oh, that's mean to do to me. Okay.
I know.
That is mean to do to me on the spot.
It's not all marshmallows here. It's fun.
That's
but it's
disrespectfful to me and my whole family. Okay, so Mitch Hedberg is definitely number 1 for me. It's just and then I would say, oh man. Okay, I'm gonna go
Jeff the Shark Perini. I'm flattered. Thank you.
I would say I am definitely a big Bo Burnham fan. I really like Tiffany Haddish a lot. Like, she's super quick. I love her.
That's good.
All right. See, that was easier than you thought.
What was that?
That was easier than you thought. Like,
I feel disrespected, and I feel like my cold sweats are on you, sir. So.
Don't cancel culture me. I love you. We're all friends. We're all friends.
What do you think of like Bo Burnham and his take on comedy? Because it seems like really, I haven't seen a lot of it, but from what I hear and like 2 music videos I've heard, like it's really dark social commentary in there. Do you
honestly? So I've been seeing that comment a little bit, that it seems so dark, and I think that we all kind of maybe are overlooking so many of the themes of past comedians. Like, they're all dark, really. Yeah. Like, most of comedy, in my experience, from what I've seen, when it's not funny stories about about your day-to-day life with your wife and your kids and your job and all that stuff, it's that whole coping mechanism as a society. You know, it's that idea that we take this thing that's awful and we highlight it through shock factor, like that shocking like transition, which is that's how the humor comes about it, you know. And I feel like so many comedians have been doing that for such a long time. It's just he happens to do it in he's very articulate. So I think a lot of people are very like, wow, he's saying things that nobody's ever said. It's like, I feel like you should read more books. I feel like, you know, but I do agree with you, though, that he's definitely kind of heading that acceptability of it to kind of like go back to more cynical comedy, you know, more cynical outlooks. So I definitely agree with that part.
That makes sense. Give us, if you can remember, give us your worst heckle and then give us your best response.
So unfortunately, I have not been heckled all too often. Like I had one guy, I had this one guy, like one time, you know, where he was like, hey, or it was something about how he picked up, because I have a joke about meth, you know, because I'm in Hemet. And so I have this joke about meth, and he was like, oh, I picked mine up in San Bernardino on the way here. I was like, And I was like, I'm sure you did. Did you do a line in the bathroom? And that was just, it was something to that effect of like, he was obviously spun. Like, obviously that was not a joke. He was just professing his love for like amphetamines to the small booked show at a little bar. So
methamphetamines need love too, I guess. I mean,
well, they got lots of it out here, buddy.
seriously, I am cracking up more than I expected. It's terrific. So, I mean, the comedy scene has to be difficult, no matter what. Especially in California, there's got to be a ton of competition. Rochelle, Cocky Rocky Comedy, when is the next local show? Like, everybody wants to know when you're doing it next, and we're so far away.
Ooh, I know. So I am planning. So I did recently get some equipment. So this was something I was kind of keeping under wraps, but I am getting some I have some equipment now. So I'm planning to start booking my own shows. That's something that's kind of coming soon, within the next couple weeks and stuff, month or so. So I will definitely keep everybody updated about that. So any and all. If I could speak today, that'd be great.
I do it too all the time. I want to think so fast.
Like, yes. So any and all shows that I have, I will be blasting all over my social media. There will not be like a time you can scroll where you're not going to be informed. So y'all will get it.
I looked, I went to get some research on your page, and I'm like, oh my God, I tagged her like 8 times in the last 2 days.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's fun for me. I was like, oh my God, I'm popular.
Josh, you definitely are. I think it's terrific. And, and all right, so nice. So, Katie, thank you. And Katie will be on the lookout. Did you ever consider like acting, trying to be in comedy films, sitcoms, maybe even your own talk show?
I want to do voice very badly. That's my goal. That's awesome. In life, honestly. Like because like no matter what, because as a woman, I've struggled with my weight in my life, and the screen is not always as forgiving, and the entertainment industry is not always as forgiving, but my voice does not gain weight. So, that's something I can always do. And people are like, oh yeah, you sound exactly like you did 40 pounds ago. It's great. It's fine.
That's my new motto in life. From now on, my voice does not gain weight. Do you have, because a couple of our audience have asked, do you have an impression or somebody you do?
Would you guys like to hear my robot voice?
Of course.
This is from lots of years of telemarketing, okay? I'm going to take a drink real quick. Because I'm a professional, okay?
Oh, of course. I take drinks because I'm nervous as hell and I like to get a little buzz on, but whatever works for you.
I drink coffee, yeah. Because I don't do Coke. All right, so it's like you're calling somebody. It's like, okay. You have reached the voice mailbox of 951-256-7381. At the tone, please record your voice message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
I gotta say it. My wife left the room, so I could say this now. I'm in love with you. That is freaking hilarious. That is like the perfect impression. I tried to do it before and it's garbage. That is like exact. I would be fooled by that. 100%.
Thank you.
I want your voice in my GPS. That'd be great.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I want. That's all I want. In 200 feet, turn left at Blankety Blank Avenue. Yeah, no, that's all I want.
Apparently the boop is the best part. But I mean, that is really, really, I'm going to say it, really fucking good. Like, that's hilarious.
Thank you. I heard it a lot. Yeah. I heard that a lot of times. I don't know if you could tell.
How do you feel about like comedians on TikTok and everything? Because it's so like quick, and it just seems to blow in and out. Like, what are your thoughts on like social media and
I'm
comedy?
so old. I'm so old. I don't tick the talk. You know, I'm
Just
so
got no-
old. God damn, I just turned 30 like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Woo!
30, you're a
Ooh, my
baby.
youth is dead. My sexual like abilities have expired. I am
You didn't even
I
say
am a
happy
husk.
birthday.
Um,
Happy birthday. It
what
was
was
on
that?
the 4th, right?
Yes, July 4th. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Thank
My dog's
you.
birthday too.
Oh, that's fun. I love that.
Sorry.
But yeah, so like I'm old and I don't TikTok and I want to TikTok. I was told that I should, because I have this special talent, you see. I like to create smoking implements out of literally whatever I have around, like donuts or pizza, you know. I made one out of a
Pizza.
Totino's pizza roll once, and that's not a lie. Like that is my most crown achievement. It was
How
this
does that
big.
even-
Like,
Did you burn your
yes.
nose?
Yes. So like I just want to that's what I want to do for my TikTok. I just want to like just have me smoking out of everything I can possibly smoke out of.
Yo,
And then
you're
I'll be
onto
ticking
something.
talking with all the youngsters, you know?
People would pay to see that. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, I mean, because obviously, just from the time we've had you on here and the things I see on social media, you're obviously very funny, very good at what you do. Do you ever think like some guys come in the audience are like, I don't give a shit what she says, she's hot? Like, do you think it's like that's like the focus? Like, guys are just looking, or you think guys are listening?
Oh man,
I'm listening. It's
I don't give a fuck as long as they laugh.
If they're buying tickets and paying your rent, who gives a shit?
I'll pad my fucking audience with Tinder dates. I don't give a fuck.
Oh my god. Just line them up.
I tell you what.
Let's go. Yes, meet me here at 8 p.m. Buy me a ticket too.
What's this?
I am bellyache. So let me ask you this question, because like you're just leading into so many things I didn't even put on my little script. A lot of women say, "Oh, I love a man that can make me laugh." Even my wife says, "Oh, I love when you make me laugh." And women love men that make them laugh. Do men ever tell you, "I love a woman that can make me laugh," or are men just that simple? Like, who gives a fuck if you make me laugh or not?
Well, okay. I've been told by a lot of dudes that they are surprised that I make them laugh. You know,
Really?
that's my favorite, because it's always kind of like insulting other women when they compliment me like that. But that's what I've heard a lot. I've heard that they're surprised that I make them laugh, or they've never had a girl that made them laugh like I do, or things like that. So, and I don't mind it like to a point, because I'm like, oh, I'm special, you know? And I think that's how they mean it, but it almost comes out like they're insulting females as a, you know, in general, you know what I mean?
Okay, because
So it's like,
I'm gonna say, I mean, I am much more aged than you are, and I'm now married and all that. But back in the day, the basic date, you laugh because, oh, that's nice. I want to kind of get in this girl's pants, so I'm gonna laugh. But with you, generally, like I'm laughing. Like you're like
yes,
knocking my socks off. It's freaking hilarious.
yes, I'm charming and hilarious. I know, yes.
But I feel like
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not that cocky, you guys. I have to lean into it though. When people just set me up like that, I'm like, the little
Yeah.
awkward fat girl in me is like, I don't know what to say. And so I'm like, oh, let's just go with it. Let's go real hard with it.
Oh man. Yeah, and I feel like you can tell. I mean, can you really tell if your audience is just like being there, or really like belly laughing? Like I'm sure you make them do.
Yeah, I mean, so in a general way, you can always tell like if it's a good laugh, like if it's a good crowd, if it's a good set, if you're doing well. Because I'm not here to be like, oh well, the audience was the problem and like I
Yeah.
killed it, but like they sucked, you know. No, like if I'm doing well and the audience is ready for it, because sometimes the audience, they're not there for that. It's a bar or something like that. They're not there for that. You have to engage them and get them into it. And sometimes it works, and then sometimes it doesn't. And that's fine. It's just, how often is that a success? And that's where I'm at. So basically, like a good amount of the times I can, you know, get solid laughs.
Yeah.
It's good.
I mean, I'm sure. What has been like your favorite experience just playing live?
It was really cool going to the Madhouse Comedy Club in San Diego a couple weeks ago. That was super cool.
Yeah.
It was really fun. And it was like everybody's really hospitable, and yeah, it was a really cool venue. Like the actual building itself is really like there's like a stained glass like dome, you know? It's really weird and neat. And I think that's cool.
I think people are appreciating being out more and just like living life now.
Yes.
It's a different world.
I'm like, oh, you got a dingy bar show somewhere like that's very unsafe for me to go alone? Done. I'll be there at 9 p.m. alone. That sounds great.
I always get the feeling that me and Joe had a very strong audience during the shutdown, if you will. And now more people are getting out, and people catch us on the replays, etc. But there was a time, like, you know what? At this point, with everybody opening, I'll play in a porta potty because people will come see you because they're that excited to get out.
Oh yeah.
Do you have an absolute favorite joke or piece that you can hit us with right now?
Yes, I do.
Hit it.
So, since things are opening up, right? I've been looking for a job. And I was in a job interview the other day, and the lady was like, all right, Rochelle, we have everything in order. We just need you to go ahead and complete your urinalysis. I was like, well, fuck. Because I didn't know we had to take a drug test, and I did not study at all. But to my surprise, I actually got the highest score that they had ever seen. So,
wow. For the good or for the bad?
What was that?
For the good or for the bad?
Oh, like the highest like smoking weed.
Oh,
the highest
the worst failure rate, man.
Did you have to explain our joke, Joe?
Oh, man.
It's okay. The audience usually gets it, unless they're big.
I'm not an audience. I'm a talk show professional.
Ooh.
No, I'm nobody. But I'll tell you what, man. I'm like blown away, and I'm laughing hysterically, and like I would pretty much take the next 5 hours, and you guys are in California, so probably can get away with it, but we're already like 35 minutes deep. So I am going to let you go, as I promised. I promised you 30 minutes. You've been more than kind to be more. But I'm going to ask you, and I mean very soon, would you come back with us? Because this was absolutely amazing, and I feel bad for the little technical breakdown, because like this piece of equipment that I bought that supposedly changes everything, like just broke on me after like 4 shows. I'm very disappointed.
I mean, that sucks about your equipment, but it is all good, and absolutely I would come back. This was fun. Like I said, I got to do it from my own house. I didn't even have to get dressed. Like, this is great. This is good for me.
That's what we do. Like, we had a brief run where we had a studio, and then COVID, of course, took us out of the studio. And we do love people all over the country. Like, we don't just do PA. We do a lot of PA music and comedy, etc. We like people on the West Coast. We're going to find a way to get sponsors and a budget to fly West Coasters out there. And we want you on our stage at our brewery, and I want you to tell the jokes to the entire Bucks County area. Because I think, seriously, I mean, not because you're here, but in general, no bullshit, you're hilarious. I love this. I had a great time.
I had a wonderful time, and honestly, my ego is through the roof right now. So thank you so much.
Definitely, we are. Jewel, are we not ego boosters?
Oh yeah.
We've been told that by some really big like celebrities. Like, hey, you guys really sell it. And I'm like,
yeah.
We truly are fans, so thank you very much.
Definitely fans, and like I said, I love seeing your stuff on Facebook. Get to know more, folks. Cocky Rocky Comedy on Instagram. Cocky Rocky Comedy on Facebook. Rochelle Cocky Rocky Comedy. I love the name so much.
Thank you. It was a birthday present from my mom.
That just passed. I will call you Rochelle in parting. And I'm going to thank you so much. This was really, fantastic. The time flew. I could really do this all night, but I will give you your freedom and your time. And I want to invite you back like real soon, within like the next couple of months, and just catch up and do this again.
Absolutely.
Hell, let's have you on every freaking week.
Yeah.
Ooh. I could definitely. I'm like, I could definitely use something to do. You know what I mean?
We're here. You got the Facebook message spot, message me and say, hey, I want to come on your show and just rip people. And we're down with that.
Deal.
Oh yeah.
Deal.
Anytime.
Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely.
Thank
Rochelle
you.
Cocky Rocky. Check her out, dude. Seriously. Find her social media and it's hilarious and laugh like we did and check out her spots. And like I said, California, get to those
Yes.
shows. Support.
Come to all of them. Every single one. Next one is the 22nd, Jacked Up Brewery in San Diego. Come on out. Or else you're not my real friend.
See?
Calm down.
My wife's down. My wife wants to fly out to San Diego. San Diego's gorgeous. She's never been to California. She wants to go to California, and she is already that fast.
See, I am good for interstate, travel, tourism.
There we go.
You're also good. You're also good for marital status because me and her were brawling all day. Now she's laughing up a storm. See that?
I'm out here just saving marriages and promoting tourism. I really am a hero. I know.
You're my motherfucking hero. You are.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much. Have yourself a great day. We'll be in touch soon.
You too.
I will message you after the show and just kiss your ass because you're awesome. You really were. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Have a good night. Bye.
Bye. How do I leave? I can't.
I can take you out.
I'm gonna leave now. Okay, bye.
Okay, still here. There she goes. Joel, sweet Jesus Christ Almighty. I'm in
So
pain.
mad I didn't drive the 2 hours to see her Friday. I tried. I wanted to so bad, and she would have been worth all of it.
Like I said to her too, like you book comedians and you're like, all right, what am I going to get? Are they going to be funny? Because I love being funny. Like, are they going to be funny? Are they going to say the right things? There was not a moment in that interview, in the downtime, whatever, where she wasn't perfect. Great.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I mean, it's like a cardinal sin to ask a comedian to do the bit on the interview, and you did it.
That's right, because we don't follow the rules here.
But she was like so quick that she had it, and she did her voice acting work. Like, there's your audition.
Dude, I gotta tell you, like, again, we always smooch the butts of our guests because we got great guests and they do great things. But that robot and that telemarketing recorded messaging was phenomenal.
I know. I kept thinking, like, if she ever made a TikTok, it would blow up.
Yeah, I believe so. She doesn't know how to do the TikTok, as she says. But terrific. Like, seriously, my sides are sore. And a great guest. Cocky Rocky. Stuff down below. Cocky Rocky Comedy. Instagram at Cocky Rocky Comedy. Facebook, Rochelle Cocky Rocky Comedy. Ricky Vaccaro with a smooch. You should have been smooching Cocky Rocky. Should have been here a minute ago. She's great. She's beautiful too. She's very pretty. I know she busts on herself a lot. She's very pretty. And I'm telling you, the looks and the comedy.
Beautiful. I know.
Fellas, get out to California. Find yourself some Cocky Rocky. I shouldn't end the show there. I got nothing better than that. She was that good. I do apologize to everybody and everybody who's been tuning in. I don't know what happened to our sound and me hearing, etc. I got the sound card that apparently took a crap on me midway through. But through the magic of computers, I got the computer speakers on. I can now hear everything. We're hearing well. I hear Rocky. I heard Joel. So everything's back to normal for now. One of these days, Joel and I went up in a legit studio with legit equipment that'll cost us thousands, but it'll all be perfect.
I know. And I wish I had my regular setup because right now you're on a suitcase, but I'm trying to make it work.
I appreciate it. I think you're doing a great job. And I seriously thank you for coming on during our vacation because a few weeks back, you're like, I'm going to be in California. I'm like, what are we going to do? And you're like, oh, I'm doing it. Great. Because we have Tiffany Mosher as a backup. And Joel said, no, I'm doing it. And that is the beauty of it. You never want to take a show off. And if you don't see Joel here one night for some reason, call 911 because something's seriously wrong. Because she loves doing it and I love doing it with you. And I appreciate going all the way out to California on your vacation and still tuning in.
I know. It's so weird I'm on vacation. This is the longest vacation I think I've ever taken.
I've been
This
on vacation for 50 fucking years.
oh okay.
Mentally, I'm always on vacation. Let's do a let's argue thing. God, I like again. I asked Cocky Rocky how she felt about following people, and I feel funny even following her. Terrific. Our let's argue segment tonight is how do you order your steak? There's a picture here, Joel, and a lot of people said, "Oh, well, the picture doesn't really give good." So anyway, all right, let me move the banner out of the way, and we'll break it down for you. So there's blue, which is like as rare could be, like barely even touched. There's rare, medium well, and well done.
Oh,
Which, yeah, I don't know. So I'm gonna let you pick, Joel Tatey, out of
okay.
these six. How do you eat your steak?
Okay. Medium. I like a medium.
Medium. All right, so you're very limited pink, as little pink as possible, but still not like burnt and still not gray on the inside.
Right.
All
I
right,
mean, I guess a little. I guess medium rare, but like more on the medium side. I guess.
right, and this
I'm
is
not
the
a huge
tough
steak person. I love cheesesteaks, but not like so much unless
one.
it's like cooked very well, like medium.
Wow, how about that? And a lot of people said it depends on where you're eating it from and who's producing the steak, etc. And I get that because it's very hard. But we did it anyway for Let's Argue. And a thank you again to my friend Jeff Belonger from the Philly Food Tour. He shares some of the food ones, and their people respond as well. It helps us get a bigger list and a bigger idea. Excellent. So we got the list. I think we do. Wow, I don't see the list. Okay. So we never put the list up. So we're going to do it one at a time. Oh, what happened again? So the least popular, one lousy pick is medium well. And I get that. If you're not going well, you're not going medium well. I mean, it's very little difference. But medium well was the least popular of the picks. We lost Joel Tatey, by the way. Next, we have 3 votes. Well. And the people that like well, like my brother said, burn it, make it black with ketchup. That's not a steak. Black with ketchup and burnt and well, that's not a steak. And some people said if I see pink, I'm not even eating it. Well, that's okay, but that's well, and that, to me, that I don't know, that's not really steak to me. I can't eat it well done. I used to as a little kid when nothing else mattered. Maybe it will, but Now next up, with 11 votes, we have medium. All right, I used to be a medium guy, not quite pink, not quite burned, somewhere right in the middle. I get that, and medium is okay for me. If it comes out that way, I'm not hating it. I'm not turning it down, but I like mine just a little more pink than medium. And next up, with 12 of the great votes, we have blue. Now, I never even heard of the phrase of blue until I started this contest. Apparently, blue is like as raw as it gets, as rare as it gets, with the legal cooking amount to be eaten. Blue. I get it. It's a little too rare for me. I need a little bit of substance, a little bit of cooking, a little bit of sear. Blue to me is a lot, and I'm surprised that 12 of our panelists said blue. Very good. Next up, with 20 of our votes, is of course, there's 2 obvious ones, rare. And I do like a rare. I'm not opposed to rare. Depends on the cut of meat. Like the London broil, I like rare. Prime rib, I like rare. So rare is not out of the realm. And 20 people said rare. And a lot of people said, judging by the picture, this isn't this isn't that, whatever. But rare is a great pick. And finally, at number 1, with 35 votes. I got to spell it right first before we can put it up. None other than medium rare. Medium rare is our winner. 35 of our people say medium rare. For once, actually, one of them. I never win these things. I always say the ones that aren't the most popular. But tonight, I got the most popular. Medium rare. 35 votes are number one. Let's argue segment tonight. Terrific. How do you like your steak? We love doing food here. We love food. We love music. We love comedy. I'm in pain doing all of that. Let's do some shout out things and let's do some prop things if anybody's out there paying attention, because today is National French Fries Day. And all I want from you, because we did French fries in the past, what style you like, what cut you like, etc. I just want to know whose fries you like the best. I like McDonald's the best. I don't care. And I know I get heat from it. I don't care. McDonald's fries are my number one. I want to hear what your favorite fries are. Tune in and comment, and let's talk about it. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's argue segment is finito. Let's do some man cave. Yeah. Let's do some man cave scores. This is where Jeff shows you the latest and greatest items that he adds to his collection of man cave stuff. Tonight's all Funko Pop. They're all going to go on the wall. And let's start out with NBA and Chicago Bulls legend. Just came in yesterday. Dennis Rodman. The Worm. Now, the Worm comes in with blue, yellow, red, green hair. The Worm. Dennis Rodman. One of our new Man Cave scores / pop collection. Another one, a great one, Philly fans all around, Mr. Allen Iverson. Yes, terrific. Number 102, Allen Iverson. NBA, part of the Hardwood Classics collection. So Allen is on there. We have a couple more. Jewel's not here, but Jewel would hate this one anyway, and she'd be a little jealous. But it's superheroes version Wonder Woman. Oh wait, gorgeous. I love it. I love old school. I love like the old school look. So Wonder Woman is on there. And then two yesterday from a brand new store I found locally. Great stuff. Billy Idol. Yeah, the White Wedding Billy Idol. Love it. And of course, the godfather of metal and rock, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne. Hot Topic exclusive, Ordinary Man, Ozzy Osbourne with hat. Excellent. Terrific. So that's Man Cave scores. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into that part. Jewel Tate looks like she is finally recovered. We will bring her back. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. It happens. We did Man Cave scores without you, and I finished Let's Argue. The stuff that I figured I could blow through real quick.
Okay.
So what the hell happened?
Yeah, the iPad died, so my apologies.
Right. This has been a technical disaster, and I feel bad because we're doing so much better, and we have our T's crossed and I's dotted, but every once in a while you can't speak for malfunctions.
Right.
And here, like, I really waited to get Cocky Rocky on because, like I said, I think she's adorable. I think she's hilarious. And then this thing here, this little piece, so I'm getting known as a sound card, decides to just totally crap out. The computer doesn't even recognize it.
It's the beauty of live webcasting.
Yeah, everybody says don't go live. But you know what, though? We got stories to tell. Episode 160. Remember episode 160? We couldn't even hear each other?
Oh, yeah.
So while you're back, and I don't know how much you watched, I'm going to show you one of my man cave scores. I showed them all new Funko Pops. I got like the old school Wonder Woman.
Oh, wow.
That's adorable. I love it.
And that's the one you got me.
There's a store, Jewel, in Newtown, PA, that has hundreds, maybe thousands. And one time you come down, we'll take a ride. They've got so many. It is insane.
I went there. It
Oh,
is
you
right.
did?
Yeah.
It's incredible. I'm like shocked by how many.
I know. You want to go in with a lot of money in that store.
Yeah, absolutely. I put myself on a limit and said, I'm going to spend X. Went in, spent X, and came out. But my eyeballs spent a lot of money.
Right. Because it's not just Funko Pops, right? Like they have.
Right. There's other toys, etc., and they got Funko Pops never knew existed, and brand new stuff, and insane. Great though.
Oh yeah.
I'm not promoting the name because I don't want all my fellow Funko Pop collectors to run over there and take the ones that I really want.
I think they can narrow it down now that you.
Yeah, I know. I said the city and all. Let's do topics. We have derailed, despite having a great show. We've derailed, and we did not say, which I like to start off shows with, the rest in peace. Wrestling legend Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, 71 years old. There's a picture of him in his heyday. He was a part of the first ever WrestleMania and one of the big names of the 80s wrestling. Passed away at the age of 71. Jewel, I don't know if you're into wrestling at all, but like the legends like this, and a lot of legends pass, and somebody showed a picture today of the legendary manager Bobby Heenan and his stable, and they're now all dead.
It is nuts. Like the people that we grew up on are just
Right.
It's sad, but
And like I said, like people in my age group, when like your parents get older or get sick, whatever, and they're like, what do you expect? They're like 80, 90. But you never put in perspective because to them, they're your parents or they're your idols or they're your heroes, and they're going to be that, they're going to be around forever. So
I know, and it seems like my favorites get taken too soon, so it's very sad.
very sad. Yesterday, while Jewel was in California living it up and going on the beach and partying and taking pictures on the palm trees, us assholes down here in Bucks County experienced some severe storms and heavy ass rain and flooding, etc. Jewel, I got to tell you, they have listed this. Ben Salem, one of the counties in Bucks County, Ben Salem listed it as the worst flooding in 100 years.
Really? Was it that
Yeah.
bad? I didn't hear about flooding.
Really bad. Like it was bad, like up to the knees in some places. My buddy Christian said like trash cans got flipped. He lost 3 of his trash cans and they ended up all the way down the street. It was bad. You picked the right time to leave.
I know. We were flying out and it was thunder and lightning and everything, and I didn't know if we were going to get delayed or whatever, but I heard it's a bad week. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. You picked the right week. And you know what, though? Person like you deserves the good breaks. Take it. Take that escape and run with it because it was a shit show here yesterday.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. The heat is very different out here, and you have to be careful and hydrate, but yeah, it's that dry heat and it's been very hot. Like it's 70 degrees, it feels like 100 degrees.
Oh, that was the way out in Vegas.
Not complaining.
No, you shouldn't. Right now it feels like 110 degrees of all pure humidity and the leftover from the rain and nastiness. A big happy birthday yesterday to one of our fans of the show from the Kirko band, Scott Kirk. Scott Kirk's birthday the other day. We love it. Scott and Kevin Kirk of the Kirko band, big friends and fans of the show. And a happy birthday to Scott. I had to get that in there. Giant goldfish, Jewel. Look at this. Giant goldfish are taking over lakes and ponds. And they're saying, like, if you have a goldfish and you don't want it anymore, don't just dump it. Give it to somebody who has experience. And here's why. Look at this picture. I couldn't believe this. This is an actual age in the natural water goldfish. Look at that thing. And they're saying that basically they're taking over the lakes and ponds and they're overpopulating it and oversizing it and they're not overly friendly. Goldfish, Jewel. Can you believe that?
That's so odd. It's like you want to set the fish free and then it messes up the ecosystem. Why? It's just a fish. Don't they just get along?
You would
Aren't
think
they meant
from what I gather from like people that have always had aquariums and fish tanks in their house, fish don't get along all that well.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I hear.
story for you, because we got some live lobster yesterday,
Oh.
and they were chilling in the fridge, and we didn't know whether to set them free or give them away, and we had to give them away.
Oh.
I know, but the neighbors were very happy. We just didn't, like, it was just me and my cousin and my sister, and we're like, we don't want to cook them. It's too hard. I can't put something alive in a pot of boiling water. Like, I can't do it.
I know. My father used
But-
to back in the day make crabs and use live crabs, and you would actually hear them like wince.
Cream.
Oh,
No,
nasty.
but they got a good home, and they're probably delicious right about now.
I'm sure. I'm a big crab fan. So from currently cooked live animals to long time frozen and sitting around live animals, Popeye's chicken, who we know so very well. Now, apparently they've been storing a nice, delicious picture I post. I do Popeye's justice. But apparently they've been storing frozen chicken for over 7 months in the wake of a potential chicken shortage. And you know, chicken wings have been hard to come by. There's been a lot of chicken shortage. There's a shortage of everything right now. My question to you, 7 months and possibly more before it gets processed. Are you eating it? Isn't it kind of old by then?
Ew, I don't know. Like, I guess it would be.
It sounds like
But I
physical.
wouldn't trust it.
No, I wouldn't either. And I read the article. I'm like, yeah, first you're like, yeah, okay. And you're like, wait, 6, 7 months. It can't be any good.
Right. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know about that. One second.
I give you 2 seconds. Jules on pause. While she's on pause, we're gonna rehash Conor McGregor. Ugh, I'll tell you what. And I was down at the, as I said, I was down at the Xfinity Live and watched the fight, and people would just get rowdy for Conor McGregor, which is awesome. And he lost his match with Dustin Poirier, pronounce it, in the first round due to a broken ankle. He went backwards after a punch, fell backwards, broke his ankle. And it was nasty to say the least, disgusting looking. But the exchange of words afterwards was hilarious. Like, they were, you know, your wife is in my DMs trying to go to the after party and all this shit. But it's a bad ending to what would have been, I thought, a pretty decent fight. I was kind of upset that it ended that way. I was kind of upset at how Poirier was shit talking like he's the toughest man on earth when the guy obviously fell backwards and fell on his ankle and broke his ankle. But the time for Conor McGregor might be done. Let's face it, he got a shitload of money to fight Floyd Mayweather. A lot of money. And that kind of money, normally, when you get that kind of money, it kills your drive a little bit to continue to be aggressive. And I know he comes out, and at the Xfinity Live crowd and the crowd in the arena were going nuts when he came down the ring, and he does his strut. Yeah, he's still a superstar. Still a draw. But there comes a time when it comes to an end, and I think the end is here. After that, take your money, keep your sanity, what do you have left, and call it a day. But still a nasty, nasty split. There were some videos. I don't want to show you a video. I think it was really right to show a video, so I just kind of went with that picture of him. This was him at the end. He was still a little bit in shock, a little bit upset that this is how it ended. This is how it ended. Conor McGregor. Sorry to see it. That's the way it ends. I'm going to show you a clip right now. I'm going to show you this clip. This is from, not that clip. There we go. Oh, wait, that's what I wanted. Stop. The new Cobra Kai Season 4, which we have talked about here a lot. And we had Sean Kanan from Karate Kid 3 on our program a few weeks back. We tried to press and get word. He didn't give a lot of word, and that's okay. Don't really have any scoop. But we do have this awesome trailer. It's only 23 seconds long. It's a great trailer giving you a rundown of what's going to happen in season 4. I'm going to play it for you real quick because this has been going around and I thought it was so cool. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to show this on the show tonight because I am obsessed with Cobra Kai. So I'll give you this little clip right now. Like I said, it's only like 23 seconds long, so don't go too far. I'm going to show you this little clip of Cobra Kai right now.
Man can't stand, you can't fight. Man can't breathe, you can't fight. Man can't see, you can't fight.
Extreme situations require extreme measures.
All right, and that is Cobra Kai season 4 of the apparent return of Silver. Yeah, great. Love that show. Can't wait. Sean Kanan wouldn't give us a lot of scoop. We hope he returns. Maybe a Cobra Kai season 5. But Cobra Kai season 4, Silver, great preview. Loved it. Joel, welcome back. You missed the Cobra Kai season 4 preview. I know you're all right with that.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. What's got there? Looks like you got a new beverage in your hand.
Same beverage. It's on my cup.
Excellent. So we're going to do a quick break because I got to pee. So, Joel, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to address the audience as needed. Yes.
No.
Yes, I am.
No.
Ladies and
it's
gentlemen, from Cali, show us the window. Show everybody the scenes outside in California.
fine.
I'll be right back. Joel Taylor, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. Well, there's nothing to see. At least not from my standpoint. And there's no one in my chat. Let's use in the chats. Okay. Not much. That's great. Ooh. Thanks so much, Jeff. Oh boy. Do. All right.
And she bailed, leaving total total silence. Anyway, welcome back to the O Show. Joel Tatey bailed on us after we discussed. Let me see. We discussed Conor McGregor. Oh, the new Monsters movie is coming out. Rob Zombie is the creator of the new Monsters movie. Remember Monsters from the 60s comedy show? And today he released the blueprints for the new Monster House. It looks a lot like the old Monster House. There's a lot of pictures online that are supposed to look like it. Very fake. I'm not buying any of those. But apparently we are full steam ahead for a Monsters movie. Very cool. Rob Zombie makes great films. Looking forward to that. We covered all topics. Giant goldfish, Popeye chicken, Monsters, Conor McGregor, Paul Orndorff. We covered Extended Live. Whew. Tell you what, great show tonight, despite all And I mean all the malfunctions. Cocky, Rocky, terrific. We thank you for coming on. We thank Jewel for coming on from California. I don't know where she went, but I guess you figure, you know what? I'm not gonna run the show by myself. I still love you. Okay. Let's argue a terrific segment. We did man caves. Well, let's do some meme. We got a couple of memes. I gathered a couple of memes for our meme me segment, and basically what we do is we gather memes and we show them here, and we laugh at them and we judge them, see how good they are. A couple of ones. They're short, but I love them. And this one, if anyone's a fan of Princess Bride, let's move that. I don't think that memes. What do you think that memes? That's hilarious. I really love that one. If you've seen the movie and you know it, you will get it. That's hilarious. It's a goodie. Next up, oh, this one. This one is terrific. Arguing with a woman is like reading the software license agreement. Scared the Cocky Rocky banner, too, so you can see that. In the end, you have to ignore everything and click I agree. Nice picture, Scarlett Johansson. I remember her hair being that short. And then the final meme, of course, this is a great one. In 1987, a man working as a shoe salesman could support his family still in a home like this. Of course, Al Bundy, married with children. Terrific. It's a great picture. That's a nice house. I used to say how poor the Bundys were. It's a nice house. It's a good looking house. A little jealous. Jealous of Al and the Bundys. So I assume that Jewel's going for the evening. Let me check real quick in the text message section. She hasn't texted me, so she hasn't officially announced her departure. Things happen. Happened last week as well, but now she's on the road, and I understand how it's very difficult. So we're going to give you a rundown of what's coming up on the Yo Show next few weeks. Hopefully with no technical issues. I was worried about doing live, and I don't give a shit. I love being live. You love watching me live. You know you do. Admit it. It's okay. Next week is July 20th, and we are joined by a great musician, Mr. David D'Alessio. Let's get his picture up there. There's David. It's going to be terrific next week. Not a local artist, New York artist, but he's going to be on our show next week. Brought to us by the great PR firm of Impact. Can't wait to have David on our program. That is next week, Tuesday, 8 o'clock. And then the following week, we do something we love to do. We love celebrating birthdays. We're going to celebrate the birthday of our backup co-host and our good friend of the show, the lovely and amazing Tiffany Mosher. It'll be Tiffany's birthday bash right here, July 27th on the Yo Show. I don't know what we're getting. We're trying. Either way, Tiffany's going to be on our program July 27th. We're going to celebrate her birthday and have a good time. Jewel, me, Tiffany. We did it on St. Patty's Day, and it was a blast. I love having both my girls here in the studio and just talking and chatting away. Tiffany is a great inspiration, terrific human being, and of course, we want to celebrate her birthday right here on the Yo Show, and we want to make sure all our viewers do as well. That is on the 27th. August 10th, yeah, a little gap in there, but we're filling it. August 10th, I am so super excited by this. One of my favorite all-time actresses, a lovely young lady, a terrific actress, she's a great human being all around. Madeleine Zema joins the program on the 10th, and you remember her from The Nanny and Californication and Twin Peaks, and she's in production with a new television program, and she's lovely. She's great. She'll be on our program August 10th. Can't wait. Madeleine Zema. Last time we had her on, it was just audio. This time audio and video. Can't wait to check out this lovely young lady on our program August the 10th. We have one more to announce as of now, September 8th. We got singer and songwriter Laura Cheadle, a local artist. And she's terrific. She just made her way out to the coast, and she's been doing a ton of shows. She's a great musician, and she's going to be on our program right here September 8th to talk about her music. Hopefully play a couple originals, and we'll catch up with her as well. Should be fantastic. We have some likes and loves in our audience like we always do, and let's shout out to people to give us the thumbs up and the loves and the likes. Our man Jaden Vaccaro. Jaden, thank you very much. My main man Ryan Risley, who's been here for a few weeks, and I like how he critiques us. I love it. Mike Tartaglia, dude, thank you for always for tuning in. Jen Himes, of course, always tunes in with us. We love you for it. We got a love out of Susie Corey, one of our favorites. Canadian country star, Susie Corey. We love you, Susie. Thank you very much. Katie Stanley came in. Apparently, she's a big follower of Cocky Rocky. And Katie, thank you for tuning into the show tonight, checking out Cocky and seeing what we do here. It's always fun here on the Yo Show when everything works just fine. Lauren DeFeo gave us a laugh. I don't know why, but she gave us a laugh. Joel T.
It's a nightmare. I'm sorry.
It's all right. We're near the end. Oof, you can hear me.
Rapid fire.
Oh, we did them all. We did
Okay.
top. We did upcoming guests. Everything.
Well, that's out of the way.
So sum up. California in 30 seconds.
It's been great from what I've seen. I went to In-N-Out Burger last night. That was on my list. It's not as good as I thought it would be. The burger. I don't know. I have to try Carl's Jr. I want to see how good they are. They look good. And Del Taco. And Jack in the Box. I've never had that either. So.
It's funny because Jack in the Box used to be around. But it's before your time.
Really? I remember White Castle being around in the city, and they are no more.
Yeah, Jack in the Box when I was little, and then they disappeared from this area or California.
Yeah, I don't know. I had to try Del Taco, but I have eaten so much great seafood. I want to try. Oh, and Mexican food. It's really amazing too.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just want to see everything I can. So I don't know when I'll be back. So.
I hear you. So
the ocean though. Oh my God, the ocean's so beautiful. And like I don't swim in the ocean, but it's just so nice, and the waves are so big, and no shells. We found these like little jellyfish things on the beach today with these prongs. I don't know what they are. I got pictures. They're strange.
Pictures would be sure. So usually on this and you go and but now it's like 6:45. You got a whole night ahead.
Oh yeah, well, we're gonna hit the pier. We've been hitting the pier a lot. We were renting out a boat last night, and we saw the bay and everything. So yeah, there's so much to do. I feel like I'm just trying to get it all in. The beach at night is really cool too.
Yeah. Looks
and
great.
We're going on the beach.
When you're out there, does anybody see your famous cousin? Hey, I know you.
Yeah, but it's like few and far between. But it's like try to be incognito.
I get it.
Right.
There's one little picture on there, and I shared it to my buddies, and they're like, I know who that is. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy, but
very cool. So, that's it. Jules out there enjoying vacation. She'll be back in house next week. We're back again next Tuesday at I almost said 7. Next Tuesday at 8 p.m. and we will definitely fix the audio issue. I apologize for that. And I appreciate everybody that tunes in and stays with us because, again, live TV, you just never know when stuff is going to crap out. And tonight that totally happened. A lot of people hung in and enjoyed a great interview with Cocky Rocky. We laughed hysterically. I want to thank her for being on the program. And real quick, as I take down the banner for Laura Cheeto, I will read the information. Cocky Rocky Comedy, Instagram at Cocky Rocky Comedy, or Facebook at Rochelle Cocky Rocky Comedy. Check her out, man. She's hilarious. I laughed so hard tonight, and she's just beautiful and funny, and I had a great time, and she's so cool. Like, tonight was just perfect on every aspect. And Joy, thank you for taking time out from your vacation, being here and doing it.
And thank you so much. I know it was a little screwy, but we got it done.
There's
And
a lot
Coffee Rock is amazing. I can't wait to see her in person.
I agree. Hopefully we work out for that. She's 60 agreements. Flies out here. We are going to cut it because we're all over the board. But what I did promise tonight, guys, and Riggis, that I would play with Fire Can I Come Out an opener, and then the Canvas is an ender. So that's going to be an ender. We're going to see you next week at 8 o'clock. David D'Alesso will be our very special guest. Huge thanks to Cocky Rocky for joining us tonight. Massive, undescribable thank you to Jewel Tatey for coming out for her vacation and still coming on the show and doing it with us. We love you. We adore you. We hope you're having a great time. And it's always great to see your face. And we will see you back home in your usual setup next week. We're going to take you out with the music of St. Riggis. Tonight I've decided to change it up a little bit. And the exit song will be their other number, The Catalyst. They got brand new music coming out, so I want to promote these guys so much because I love them. www.strigis.com. What I got here, and I got that right there, down the bottom on the scroll, www.strigis.com. I've got their banner right here, St. Riggis. That is the band we know and love, and they have been more than kind. Big thanks to Eric and Tom and John and Anthony and Kenny and the whole band and supporters of St. Riggis for allowing us to play their music week in and week out. And I posted that we're going to do both songs tonight, and they were more than happy. So we're taking out with a song called The Catalyst. This fucking song's phenomenal. It's worth hanging out to the end for. But I'm going to blind you, and you're not going to watch me guzzle more beer because it's been a rough night tonight with production. So, Jewel Tatey again. I thank you so much. You're amazing. You're my Mr. I adore you, and I love you coming out tonight for my vacation.
Thank you so much. Happy I can make it. Sorry.
That's all right. This is the reason why a big time network has been we're horrific, but we don't have equipment to be over. So pick us up.
Have a good night.
We will see you next week. Cool. Enjoy the rest of your vacation. I will text you here and there. And thank you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, see you soon.
You got it. The Catalyst. One of the new songs that we play here. See you next week on the O Show.
Introduce yourself. You're doing a fire. You have all the reason to begin again. Under this desire, do you hear the call? Coiling the wire. You have all the reason to begin again. Under this desire. your requiesce. You have all the reason to begin again. Honor this request. I have found the catalyst, and I have found the catalyst in your chemical reaction. Incinerates the gravity. I found the catalyst in you. Yes, there will be days when the sky is gray, but I will remain. Catalyst in your chemical reaction. Incinerates the gravity. I found the catalyst in you. Introduce yourself.